Hello my loves, and welcome back to another video. My name is Jade and I help people reclaim back their power physically, mentally and spiritually. Now today we're going to be talking about quite an important thing, especially if you're an empath. This is a really important topic that has been coming up quite a lot, and it's been a really hard lesson that I've had to learn myself. And it kind of goes with, again, the theme of this year being the law of karma, being a number 8 and a dragon year. So it's kind of telling people even more so, especially light workers and empaths, to no longer do this anymore. Basically, you can't be too kind anymore. You can't be too nice to toxic people, because you need to stop enabling their negative behavior. So, because if you don't do that, you're going to get pulled in and enmeshed with their low vibrational energy. And unfortunately, this will then destroy your energy. It will sabotage your own frequency, vibration, blessings and manifestations. You're going to get dragged into their karma, their bad karma. And you're basically stopping and blocking their soul from receiving the adequate amount of negative karma that they need to receive to potentially help them grow, to potentially open them up if they ever do. But it's only when you really learn to implement boundaries and pull your energy back, pull your energy away, you'll see this for yourself. Because the biggest issue that most empaths have, and a really toxic thing that goes around in certain spiritual groups, is this message of like, oh, you have to forgive everyone, you have to love everyone, da 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 da. It's like, yes, of course, you have love in your heart and you keep your heart open, but you must do that with boundaries. So you must be whole, you must have a balanced light feminine and dark feminine energy, because if you don't, it will destroy your life. Trust me when I say this, I've been through it myself. So you must understand that you have to be balanced, you have to be discerning. Being spiritual or an empath or a healer doesn't mean you walk around all soft and just, you know, give love to everyone. That's being fake, that's people pleasing, that's actually fawning. So that is not being authentic, that is not being in your power, and is actually really highly toxic to do that, because people have to learn and receive negative consequences for negative behavior. Because if they don't, they will never evolve, they will never learn. If you're with a very toxic person, you're in a relationship with them, and they continue to use you, lie to you, cheat on you, exploit you, and they've done that to other people in their past, and they just have this energy of entitlement, you will become enmeshed with their toxicity. You will become sick, physically, mentally sick, and your spiritual blessings get blocked. So this is why so many spiritual people go through absolute hell and have their blessings blocked, or their manifestations sabotaged, or their destiny stolen from them, because they've become enmeshed with a toxic person, and then they continue to enable them. They continue to nurture them. They continue to give them all their love, love, love. Because unfortunately, that's the biggest mistake that empaths make, is they really truly believe that if they show more love, more love, more love to a demon, that somehow that's going to magically fix them. It doesn't. So this is what you need to get through your mind and really understand, that people who are on that frequency, basically a demonic negative frequency, or a narcissist or a psychopath or whatever, if they have a dark triad personality type, or just so much trauma within them that they push away love, they push away everything like that, they don't want your love. They only want the benefits that you give them. So this can be, you know, materialistic benefits or sexual benefits, or they just use you for other things. This is why narcissists adore empaths, because they know that their energy is so forgiving, so loving, even when they put them through hell and disrespect them, cheat on them, and, you know, do all these awful things to them. They always know that, oh, you're always going to be there to pick them back up, to show them love. But you must not do that, because this is not what it means to be spiritual. To be enlightened, you have to have clarity and discernment of both dark and light. Darkness, your inner darkness, is needed. Your anger is sacred. Your anger is needed. Because anger, a lot of the times when it comes from a positive person, is an indication that you're being abused, that you're being disrespected. So if you don't honor that, if you don't listen to that, you will continue to suffer. Because when you're enmeshed with a dark, low vibrational person, their cloud of negativity, their cloud of darkness will become enmeshed into your own life. And it can literally pull you into a dark timeline. So this is why you'll see people get their lives destroyed, their spirits broken, their hearts broken. And it's all because they're too empathic. So as an empath, you must not be too empathic. You have to control that. As beautiful as that is, you must learn that you can only give your empathy to people who truly deserve it. Because if you don't, you're blocking the karma that that person deserves, that that person needs. Because remember, karma is just not some punishment thing. It's about teaching that person's soul to evolve. So this is why a lot of spiritual women will actually be given to narcissistic men to be their karma. But the only way you're going to be their karma to teach them something is if you embody boundaries, is if you pull your energy back so you no longer have that protective shield around them. Because a lot of toxic men will siphon off your energy. They'll use and siphon your energy to manifest their things, to manifest their goals. And this is why, you know, when, toxic men or toxic people, women really betray and hurt and use, a spiritual person, someone with a lot of spiritual protection, they will get severe karma when that person removes their energy off of them. You must pull your energy back. It doesn't matter what label you've put on someone. It doesn't matter if you think someone's just your twin flame. A lot of the time they're not. A lot of the time it is a trauma bond with an empath and a narcissist because they're pretty much identical. But regardless of what you want to believe or if you think they're your soulmate or whatnot, please understand you can't allow someone to abuse you. So go watch my video on narcissistic abuse to make sure you're not dealing with anything like that. But if you see the red signs, if you see the red flags, if you see this person has switched up on you and they're very inconsistent, and they're just treating you like an emotional punching bag, and your physical health is deteriorated, because that is the #1 sign that you are a victim of abuse, is if your physical health starts to go down, especially if you get high cortisol signs, so breakouts, weight gain, headaches, tinnitus, chronic illness, chronic gut issues, SIBO, burning sensations in your hands. Like there's so many, UTIs, rashes, there's so much. But if you are getting and fatigue is a #1 thing, so you feel like a zombie no matter what you do, you must pull away, because so many empaths unfortunately get trapped with energy vampires. Because with an empath, you have to understand you are seen in the astral realms like a glowing light. So you will basically be the perfect source of food. Your energy is the highest, most nourishing form of currency because you give so much. And this is why empaths, your biggest lesson is to learn discernment and to learn self-respect and self-love. Because a lot of people, go on about self-love, when they don't teach you what to do to actually embody self-love. And the #1 thing you have to do to embody self-love is implement self-respect, boundaries, not allow people to abuse you anymore, to regulate your nervous system so you have a genuine connection to your intuition. Because the longer you're with someone who is toxic, who is feeding and siphoning off your energy, the sicker you're going to get. And the less connection you will have to source, to your guides, to your intuition, whatever you want to call it, and your life will become hell. You'll become a shell of yourself. Trust me, this happened to me. So you need to really, really understand that hard truth that your love is not enough to fix any toxic person, because they can't receive love. So it's kind of like watering a fake plant. No matter how much water you give a fake plastic plant, it's never gonna grow. It's never ever gonna grow. So toxic people are the same, narcissists are the same. So you really have to understand that as an empathic, loving person, you can't just keep giving, because that is, one, is going to destroy your life, it's going to destroy your health, it's going to sabotage your blessings, your manifestations. And it's also blocking the other person from learning, from evolving, from receiving the negative karma that they need to receive in order for them to learn tough lessons and have a bit of tough love. So this is kind of like what you need to embody. You need to embody that tough love. You need to teach that, no, you can't do this. You can't use me. You can't just go around being abusive, being this, being that, being selfish, and just, you know, still getting love. So they need to learn that hard lesson. And the only way they can potentially ever do that, a lot of them don't, but the only way that can help them do that is by you pulling back your energy, by you going no contact, by you removing them from your life. And this is also such a deep thing that many people need to learn within themselves. So if you've had this issue in regards to people pleasing and never like putting yourself first in a positive way, not in a selfish way, this will be a big thing that you need to heal. A lot of women, especially women, have this very deep feminine wound. Like, so many women have this ancestral curse, this ancestral trauma of never being supported by the masculine and having to turn into a mother figure instead of a partner, because a partner is basically equal to the man in regards to the energy exchange. So you need to be supported, loved and respected by the masculine. You're not supposed to be the mother role, because that is extremely draining and that is a toxic dynamic to have in a relationship. You are not meant to be unconditionally loving to a toxic, abusive person. That is not your job. You are not their mother. So this is what empathic women especially need to understand, because you are naturally more nurturing than obviously males. You must learn you're not their mum. You're not their fucking mum. So it doesn't mean that, oh, they can go and do whatever the hell they want and then just come back and then you're there with open arms. But it's the same with friends as well, because so many friends do this to each other. They just use you for entertainment. They use you for money. They use you for this. They don't actually show care or genuine love. They pick you up and put you down like a little toy, because they know that they can. And this is the thing, like, when you don't have firm boundaries and tap into your dark feminine energy, people will exploit you. Toxic people will exploit you. So they will treat you like absolute shit. They won't respect you. So this is why you must embody self-respect, even if it means being on your own, completely isolated. That is better. It's better to be single than to be with someone who's abusing you. Because trust me, you will feel more lonely in a relationship where someone is being abusive towards you than if you're single. And this is the same even with family members. This is the same with anyone. So this is why you can't allow people to do this to you, but especially in romantic relationships, because that is the number one thing that completely dysregulates your nervous system, that can cause the most severe trauma. Because when you're sexually intimate with someone, and of course you're romantically in love with someone, that is the highest energy of all. So it's the highest energy exchange, so to speak. So you become deeply enmeshed with someone like that. But if that is being abused and your energy is not being reciprocated, it will kill you. It will drain the life out of you. Trust me. Empaths need to understand that your energy is limited. Your energy is limited. You can recharge and replenish, but it's going to come a time where you've given too much and it's it will be almost impossible to recharge. You have a certain threshold, okay? And if it goes over that threshold, your whole body will collapse. Your whole body goes into burnout. And then this will cut you off from source. This will cut you off from so many things, the lights. And then you become open to darkness. So this is so serious. This is the most important thing you must understand and learn when you're on the spiritual path. Because you can be the most vibrant, loving, giving, like talented, greatest person. But if you meet the wrong energy vampire, they will destroy you. Absolutely destroy you. They'll turn you into a broken shell. You know, we've seen it time and time again, even with celebrities. Like, look at Amy Winehouse. You know, I watched that film recently. What's it called? Back to Black. It was actually pretty good, to be fair. I wasn't expecting much of it, but it really showed the severe consequences of a trauma bond and how just one person can completely destroy your life. And she ended up dying, you know, age 27, and she had so much potential. She had so much talent, but of course she had her own inner issues, etc. But that was the main catalyst of her downfall, was getting with the wrong person and being brokenhearted by, you know, obviously someone she was deeply in love with. So, you know, this is so, so important. And this is why we have to really understand the severity of this danger, because it happens all the time. And I've seen it within myself. I've seen it within women, even in my family, my bloodline. It happens a lot, even to my clients as well. It's like this continuous awful ancestral trauma of allowing abuse, and then getting broken. So women never really getting to fulfill their true potential. They always seem to get sabotaged, because on a deeper note, this is part of spiritual warfare. So understand that this is involved in spiritual warfare, because they know, you know, this negative toxic vibration that goes around on planet Earth. It understands that the most powerful way to destroy someone is to break their hearts. Above anything else is heartbreak. So, you know, we even see it in Spider-Man, you know, when the Green Goblin says, you know, we go for the heart, not the brain, not the mind, the heart, because that is the most powerful frequency you have within your body. Even when you look at the, you know, electric magnetic waves of your heart frequency, it's the most powerful of anything out of your whole body. It's huge. So if that gets sabotaged and broken and suppressed, it kills you. This is what it means to have a broken soul, a broken spirit, is when that happens. So it's one of the biggest ways that your magic gets cut off from you, is when you go through, and I mean severe emotional turmoil. And you see it even in other films as well. And it's so, so, so true. And I've seen it within myself. Like, your spiritual gifts get cut off when you get heartbroken. And this is such an unfortunate truth, because when your cortisol is so high, when your nervous system is severely dysregulated, you're not in tune with your intuition anymore as profoundly as you would have been before. You are trapped in fight or flight, and that's the first stage, and then fawning, and then freeze. And when you get to that freeze stage, that is the worst, because that is kind of like your body's playing dead. Your body is now shut off. Your body has given up. Your body is completely cut you off from everything. And this is why you get cut off from your spiritual gifts, because it hasn't got the energy to do anything like that anymore at all. Actually, I actually saw this again in another film. Basically, two films actually. One animation that I always used to watch called Kiki's Delivery Service. Again, a Ghibli film about a witch. And again, she loses her magic at one point halfway during the film. So basically, she's able to fly on a broomstick. But then after she gets upset over something, over a boy, and she feels shit about herself, it shuts off her magic. So as soon as she goes through any sort of emotional stress and turmoil, she can't fly anymore. So she keeps trying to fly and she just can't do it anymore. So it's only when she finds that self-belief again and that energy, her magic is able to come back. And it's the same thing I saw in another film. It wasn't that great, to be fair. I didn't really like it, but a new one that's on Netflix to do with magic. So it was a bit too childish. But there's a scene with a witch in that. And again, same thing. She used to be the most powerful witch of all. But after she lost her husband and child, her magic was broken. And she said, you know, a very powerful line in it, to be fair, how because she was broken inside, her magic was broken externally. And she wasn't able to do spells and to do, you know, an ounce of what she used to do before. So this is why, you know, as women and oracles and healers and men as well, you must take this seriously, because it is so hard to heal your broken soul, to your broken heart. It's one of the most hardest things you'll ever have to do if you unfortunately have to go through that. So, but this is why it's so important to acknowledge this and truly understand that the highest form of self-love is to be with someone who shows you love, is to be in an environment that mirrors that back to you. And if this means you have to be single, so be it. Because trust me, being single is so fucking peaceful. I've always been my strongest version when I've been single, to be fair. So because you're not having anyone siphon off your energy, because men even do this through sex. So if you're having sexual intercourse with someone, men siphon your energy. And this is why intuitively there's a rise in women choosing celibacy. Because when you choose to be celibate, you're not giving your energy to men anymore. Because remember, women, we're better at manifesting than men. We are. Because we are creators. Because we have the ability to create. The feminine energy has the ability to create life within her womb. So this is why we do have that more powerful goddess-like energy to be creators. This is why even in matriarchal ancient civilizations, they heavily worshipped females and goddesses, because they knew this, they understood this. Even looking at nature, you know, it has a feminine energy, it's abundant, it's creating all these things. So and men are supposed to be more of that protective energy. You know, the divine masculine is, of course, definitely needed. But women have this more of a creative ability when it comes to that. In so many, you know, aspects. And it doesn't mean men can't manifest. Of course they can. But women and spiritual men even admit this. Even famous occultists knew this. You know, even like Aleister Crowley used to say this a lot. Even though he was very negative and used it in a toxic way, but he knew the power of like menstrual blood, for example, and the female energy. Bear that in mind, and this is why you shouldn't just be giving your body to everyone. This is why, even as women, don't give away your energy, don't taint your energy with low vibrational men. Because when you have sex, that is an energy exchange as well. So this is why it's important to understand when you're in a toxic relationship with a man, this is what makes you sick as well. Because your body knows, your physical body will reject a toxic man. Because your physical body is more intelligent than your conscious mind. So it will actually physically reject men. Trust me. So a lot of times you'll get like UTIs, or your body will literally like just not want to have sex with them. So it will become very painful. You'll have painful sex. So really listen to your body. Or a huge thing is you develop anxiety. So especially if you haven't really had much anxiety before. And I'm not talking about basic anxiety that most people get. I'm saying severe anxiety that literally causes you to have panic attacks. An anxiety disorder that is like absolutely terrifying, where you feel like you're gonna die. So those sort of panic attacks, because your body knows it's in danger. Listen to it, because if you're having a lot of anxiety, and this includes butterflies in your stomach, by the way. So if you get butterflies in your stomach when you're on a date with someone, or when you first meet them, or you feel anxious around them, that is a big red flag, because your body is sensing danger. Your body knows that person's energy is dark, that they don't have pure intentions, they're lying. Your body always knows when someone's lying. Listen to it. So don't confuse chemistry with butterflies in your stomach. A lot of people look for that with people and partners. It's the same with friends as well. So if you're with someone that makes you feel a bit, you know, off-centered or anxious, and you think it's, oh, it's chemistry, it's not. So be very, very careful of that, because the most dangerous snakes, the most dangerous people are extremely charming. You know, the most dangerous, manipulative, covert narcissists are very charming. So this is why you can't trust anyone. You have to always get people to prove that they're trustworthy. So when another really important thing with empaths is get people to prove that they're trustworthy. Don't just give them trust when you first meet them. They have to earn your trust. Get them to earn it. So this will, again, also help protect you massively. So I'll leave it there, my loves. But if you want one-to-one help with myself personally, then please book in a call and I'll be more than happy to give you a spiritual guidance session, a reading where I can truly help you analyze any sort of shadows that are blocking you, or help you get any sort of clarity if you are worried that you're in a toxic relationship or someone that you think could potentially, you know, not be good for you. So, or if you're trying to heal from heartbreak. So anything along, you know, them lines, or any other issues or spiritual guidance that you need, then please contact me and I'll be more than happy to help. If you want access to my Goddess Coven Patreon, to get membership from that and access all my exclusive content that I can't put on here, then please click the link down below as well, in the description box, and you can gain access to all of those videos. If you want to learn how to open your third eye, I do have a free ebook, so you can also check that out. Everything is in the same link. So, and I also do have a chakra cleanse ebook, so you can learn how to do a week-long cleanse to help detox your physical body, your mind and your spirit all at the same time. So all of that is down below in the description box. So until next time, my loves, I'm sending you so much love, so much light. Take care of yourselves. Himsa.